what does not acknowledging your feelings and emotions mean? Let's understand what it means to not feel. We will understand this with an extreme example of a catatonic man. A catatonic man is a person who is in a state of mobility due to a neurological and psychiatric illness. Catatonia is a disorder and is a term of psychiatry. He does not move and stands in a corner for a long period of time like a statue. This catatonic man has no feeling because he has repressed them all, including pain, and can therefore stand without moving for a very long time. This man looks like he has no impulse or internal movement. Technically also, this person has sort of made himself dead and anesthetized himself of any pain. Although in catatonic illness also, this person has not been capable of deadening himself completely, but only the voluntary muscles. His other internal organs still function normally at their own pace. A narcissistic person uses this mechanism to make some parts of his body dead, to suppress emotions. Actually, this kind of emotional numbing is now a characteristic feature of everyone to keep ourselves collected and attempting to display the best front. Some people block their jaws to block their impulse to be angry or to cry. If this process is done indefinite times, the jaw becomes frozen, and at this stage, crying is something that's impossible for the person. Some people block their anger by deadening, stiffening, and freezing the muscles of the shoulders and upper back. Narcissists also use denial, which is a defense mechanism to save themselves from pain and hurt, other than numbing the feeling. What is denial? Denial is also a very commonly used mechanism by anybody these days who do not fall under the narcissistic personality. First, emotions and feelings are the perception of some event, an internal body movement, because if nothing is happening, there is no feeling and hence nothing to perceive. Like I said before about the catatonic man, if you keep your arms hanging without moving for 10 minutes, your arms will numb and it might feel like it's not even present. If you want to get out of that numbing, you need to move your arm again. So now you know that you can stop the feeling or deaden yourself by inhibiting movement. But there is another method to cut the circuit of impulses and actions to reach consciousness and in a way block your perception. This is what denial means. One example of this kind of denial of feeling is a person who shouts and yells in a discussion, and if you were to say him, "Why are you so angry?" he would typically reply like, "Who's angry?" This person has an image of a logical being, and hence he does not allow anything into his consciousness that does not fit his self-image. You must be thinking that it is so nice if we can manage our emotions so well. After all, emotions are the things that are making so much of mess in our lives. If we can control them, if we can stop them, what better than that? Now, this is what happens when you deny your feelings, is that you become insensitive towards the feelings of others as well. Empathy is the ability to sense or resonate pain and others' feelings. We know the other person is sad because we know how it is to be sad, and we have been sad before. We can share another's joy because we understand how joy feels like or have felt it in the past. But if we do not have the capacity to feel joy or sorrow, we cannot respond appropriately and also doubt that others may be having such intense feelings or reactions to even discount them. When we deny ourselves the freedom to feel or deliberately suppress them, we also deny that others can feel. This is one of the major reasons why narcissists seem ruthless, insensitive, or enjoying other people's suffering, because they are dead themselves. Here I want to add something very important about managing emotions, because this is something that comes up in our sessions as psychologists, as counselors very, very often, is that it's okay if we don't have emotions. It's okay if we can control it. And I do not want to feel my emotions because they're too much to deal with. What happens in this kind of shortcut way to managing your emotions is that you practically start numbing your emotions. Now, all you want to do, as far as my understanding goes, is to numb the emotions that are unpleasant. You want to numb your pain, you want to numb rejection, you want to numb hurt. You probably do not want to numb happiness, you do not want to numb encouragement, you do not want to numb motivation in yourself, you don't want to numb inspiration. But what happens is that our brain does not understand that we are trying to numb a particular category of emotions and not the entire range of emotions, because for brain your emotions are like chemicals, and they are in form of chemicals which is influenced by outside factors and your perception and your thought of them. So when you numb one emotion and keep doing it for a period of time, your brain actually learns to numb emotions completely. And that is why you would often see and hear people talking about feeling emotionally numb after a very bad experience, because what they have practically done is they have stopped feeling anything, because the brain has numbed all kind of emotions. What is important here is that if you numb your emotions, all the emotions are numbed, and then you do not feel happiness, joy, motivation, inspiration also. Now, this could be a revelation to a lot of people that even these positive emotions are emotions, because when we talk about emotions, we just think about crying and angry and irritation and all sorts of sad kinds of emotions that we categorize as. More on narcissistic personality in the later podcasts. Thank you.